Good afternoon, everyone. Hail, hail, the gang's all here. What the heck do we care? What the heck do we care? Hail, hail, the gang's all here. What the heck do we care now? Hail, hail, the gang's all here. What the heck do we care? What the heck do we care? Hail, hail, the gang's all here. What the heck do we care now? If I knew you were coming, I'd have baked a cake, baked a cake, baked a cake. If I knew you were coming, I'd have baked a cake. How you do, how you do, how you do? Had you dropped me a letter, I'd hired a band, the grandest band in the land. Had you dropped me a letter, I'd hired a band, spread the welcome mat for you. Now I don't know where you came from, 'cause I don't know where you've been. It really doesn't matter, grab a chair and fill your platter and dig, dig, dig right in. If I knew you were coming, I'd have baked a cake, baked a cake, baked a cake. If I knew you were coming, I'd have baked a cake. How you do, how you do, how you do? How you do, how you do, how you do? So my question for you today is, how does it feel when someone gives you a compliment? Are you taken aback and shocked? Does it make you feel good? Usually it makes you feel good. Sometimes people have a hard time receiving compliments, but generally giving and receiving compliments makes us feel good. So that's what we're going to be singing about today. All kinds of songs that are compliments to other people. And then I'm going to read an article from NBC News about why compliments make us feel good. So we're going to start with Joe Cocker's "You Are So Beautiful." I haven't sung this one in a long time. You are so beautiful to me. You are so beautiful to me. Can't you see? You're everything I hope for. You're everything I need. You are so beautiful to me. Everyone, you are so beautiful to me. You are so beautiful to me. Can't you see? You're everything I hope for. You're everything I need. You are so beautiful to me. You are so beautiful to me. All right. Compliments make us feel good, both giving and receiving them. Feeling valued and appreciated are basic human needs, explains Marcia Naomi Berger, a licensed clinical social worker and psychotherapist in San Rafael, California. Appreciation is also fundamental in relationships, both those with our partners and spouses and with our friends, Berger adds. It's part of what makes us want to cooperate and collaborate with those around us. And if you come to a challenge, knowing that you're appreciated helps you want to work through and overcome that challenge. Compliments help us communicate that appreciation we feel toward one another. This is a quote. I would define a compliment as any sort of sincere appreciation of a trait in someone or a behavior or an appearance, Berger says. And that makes us feel good. Scientists have found that being paid a compliment actually lights up the same parts of your brain that get activated when you get paid a monetary award. Other research from the same group of researchers suggests that compliments and praise may help us when it comes to learning new motor skills and behaviors, which is something I use with my son all the time. Compliments also help us like one another, Berger adds. Behaviors that get rewarded are likely to be repeated. So if you tell someone how much you like how he smiled when you greeted each other, he's likely to smile again when seeing you. Paying someone a compliment can also be a good conversation starter or a good way to get over an awkward bump in a conversation, whether it's with a conversation with someone you know or you've just met. In this way and others, it's not just the receiver who walks away better off. Compliments benefit the giver too. Being in the habit of giving compliments helps us notice and appreciate what's good and what we like in those around us. So being complimentary helps us create an optimistic, happier outlook, Berger says. When you're smiling, when you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you. When you're laughing, the sun comes shining through. But when you're crying, you bring on the rain. So stop your sighing and be happy again. Keep on smiling, 'cause when you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you. When you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you. When you're laughing, the sun comes shining through. But when you're crying, you bring on the rain. So stop your sighing, be happy again. Keep on smiling, 'cause when you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you. I always thought that song sounds like it comes from a musical, but I've never actually done the research to find out. All right, here's another one. Irving Gordon, or Nat King Cole's Unforgettable. Unforgettable, that's what you are. Unforgettable, though near or far. Like a song of love that clings to me, how the thought of you does things to me never before. Someone been more unforgettable in every way, and forevermore, that's how you'll stay. That's why, darling, it's incredible that someone so unforgettable thinks that I am unforgettable too. Unforgettable, that's what you are. unforgettable, though near or far, like a song of love that clings to me, how the thought of you does things to me never before. Someone been more unforgettable in every way, and forevermore, that's how you'll stay. That's why, darling, it's incredible that someone so unforgettable thinks that I am unforgettable too. All right, what you should know about how to give good compliments. Not all compliments land the same. Here's how to get better. Number 1, compliments should be sincere. It might seem harmless to tell someone that their shoes are pretty, even though you actually think they're hideous. But the vast majority of the time, the genuine compliment is going to go farther than the insincere one, Berger says. So much of what we say gets communicated by what your voice tone is implying and your body language, she says. And most of us have a sixth sense when it comes to sniffing out what someone is saying is insincere. Everybody has qualities that deserve complimenting, Berger says. Pay attention and recognize them. And that's tip number 2, pay attention. The key to giving compliments and being good at giving compliments is paying attention to the people around you and paying attention to the details. Notice what you like or appreciate about the person. All right, here is True Colors. You with the sad eyes, don't be discouraged, oh I realize it's hard to take courage in a world full of people. You can lose sight of it all, the darkness inside you make you feel so small, but I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors, that's why I love you. Don't be afraid to let them show. Your true colors are beautiful, like a rainbow. Show me the smile, then don't be unhappy. I can't remember when I last saw you laughing. And this world makes you crazy. You take it all you can bear. You call me up, 'cause you know I'll be there. But I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors, and that's why I love you. Don't be afraid to let them show. Your true colors, true colors are beautiful, like a rainbow. So see your true colors shining through. See your true colors. That's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors. True colors are beautiful, like a rainbow. I believe that was Cyndi Lauper. Change it up a little bit here. All right, number 3, be specific. The best compliments are specific. They refer to character traits, behaviors, or appearance. Yes, we all tend to like to know that we're viewed as attractive, she says. Hearing that someone thinks you're smart or kind or pretty is nice to hear, but those compliments apply to a lot of people. Calling out something specific shows the other person you're interested and paying attention. Rather than just telling someone they look nice, tell that person, you look so handsome in that blue shirt you're wearing. It matches your eyes. Number 4, when it comes to giving compliments, make it rain. Ideally, we're giving and receiving compliments every day in our close relationships, Berger says. It's really easy to take one another for granted or only make a point of mentioning the negative things that need solutions. So making a concerted effort to notice all the good things about your partner or family member or friend is important. If you get in the habit of giving compliments frequently, you'll get in the habit of noticing what's going well frequently too. And that can help strengthen any relationship. Excuse me. Number 5. Unless the praise is making the other person uncomfortable, try this instead. For people with low self-esteem, there's actually some research to suggest that compliments do not tend to be well accepted, explains Joanne Wood, professor of psychology at the University of Waterloo, who researches the topic. This difficulty seems likely to stem from their resistance to information that contradicts their worldview. People appear to be highly motivated to hold on to their self-views, even if they're negative. Subsequent work from Wood's group suggests that showing interest in the other person when they react this way may work better when it comes to strengthening relationships, rather than exchanging compliments, she says. All right, here's my wild Irish rose. My wild Irish rose, the sweetest flower that grows. You may search everywhere, but none can compare with my wild Irish rose. My wild Irish rose, the dearest flower that grows. And someday for my sake, she may let me take the bloom from my wild Irish rose. Wild Irish rose, the dearest flower that grows. You may search everywhere, but none can compare with my wild Irish rose. My wild Irish rose, the dearest flower that grows. And someday for my sake, you may let me take the bloom from my wild Irish rose. Number 6, receive compliments with grace. Other times people feel uncomfortable receiving compliments because they were taught or might think that accepting them equates to bragging, Berger says. But it's not. Compliments are about communicating with those around you what you appreciate and what's working. Learning how to graciously accept compliments is just as important as learning how to give them. After all, denying a compliment is another way of telling someone that they're wrong, or they think their opinion or perspective is wrong, which is kind of rude if you think about it. It's like refusing to accept a gift from someone, Berger says. When in doubt, a simple thank you works. So, simple tips to make everybody's day a little bit better. Hey, good looking, what you got cooking? How's about cooking something up with me? Hey, sweet baby, don't you think maybe we could find us a brand new recipe? I've got a hot rod for it and a $2 bill. Spot right over the hill. The soda pop and the dancing is free. So if you wanna have fun, come along with me. Hey, good looking, what you got cooking? How's about cooking something up with me? I'm free and I'm ready, so we can go steady. How's about saving all your time for me? No more looking, no, I've been tookin'. How's about keeping steady company? I'm gonna throw my date book over the fence and find me one for 5 or 10 cents. But keep it till it's covered with dates, 'cause I'm writing your name down on every page. Hey, good looking, what you got cooking? How's about cooking something up with me? How's about cooking something up with me? All right, here's another sappy romantic one. The first time ever I saw your face, I thought the sun rose in your eyes, and the moon and the stars were the gifts you came to the dark and the endless sky. The first time ever I kissed your mouth, I felt the earth move through my heart, like the trembling heart of a captive bird that was there at my command. First time ever I lay with you, felt your heart so close to mine, and I knew our joy would fill the earth and last to the end of time. I know. The first time ever I saw your face, your face, your Excuse me. All right, here's a little bit more lighthearted one. Never know how much I love you. Never know how much I care. When you put your arms around me, I get a fever that's hard to bear. You give me fever when you kiss me, fever when you hold me tight. Fever in the morning, fever all through the night. Sun lights up the daytime, moon lights up the night. I light up when you call my name, and you know I'm gonna treat you right. You give me fever when you kiss me, fever when you hold me tight. Fever in the morning, fever all through the night. Now everybody's got the fever, that's something you all know. Fever isn't such a new thing, fever started long ago. Romeo loved Juliet, Juliet, she felt the same. When he put his arms around her, he said, Julie, baby, you're my flame. Now give it the fever. When we kiss it, the fever with that flame in you. Fever, I'm a fire. Fever, yeah, I burn forsooth. Captain Smith and Pocahontas had a very mad affair. When her daddy tried to kill him, she said, Daddy, oh, don't you dare. He gives me fever with his kisses, fever when he holds me tight. Fever, I'm his missus, so Daddy, won't you treat him right? Now you've listened to my story. Here's the point that I have made. Chicks were born to give you fever, be it Fahrenheit or centigrade. They give you fever when you kiss them, fever if you live and learn. Fever till you sizzle, what a lovely way to burn. 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 Peggy Lee. Let's see. How about we do Annie's song? You fill up my senses like a night in the forest, like a mountain in springtime, like a walk in the rain, like a storm in the desert, like a sleepy blue ocean. You fill up my senses, come fill me again. Come, let me love you, let me give my life to you. Let me drown in your laughter, let me die in your arms. Let me lay down beside you, let me always be with you. Come, let me love you, come love me again. You fill up my senses like a night in the forest, like a mountain in springtime, like a walk in the rain, like a storm in the desert, like a sleepy blue ocean. You fill up my senses, come fill me again. You fill up my senses, come fill me again. Let's do an old Willie Nelson song to close out today, called Angel Too Close to the Ground. I think that's what it's called. Angel Flying Too Close to the Ground. That's the one. Had never fallen, then I would not have found you. Angel flying too close to the ground. And I patched up your broken wing and hung around a while, trying to keep your spirit up and your fever down. I knew someday that you would fly away. Love's the greatest healer to be found. So leave me if you need to, I will still remember. Angel flying too close to the ground. Fly on past the speed of sound. I'd rather see you up than see you down. So leave me if you need to, I will still remember. Angel flying too close to the ground. Leave me if you need to, I will still remember. Angel flying too close to the ground. Well, thanks for joining me as always today. Maybe this has inspired you to give or a compliment or be more aware of when people give you compliments. Sometimes we just gloss over it in conversation like it never even happened, but take it in. It makes you feel good. All right. Have a wonderful afternoon, everyone. Be well.